Hey guys, what's up? Oh, I sound sick. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing the newbie tag today. So let's get right into these questions. Okay, so the first question is, why did you want to start this channel? And I've been watching booktube for a really long time, like probably since like 2014 maybe, not maybe like 2015, 2014 time. And I've been watching it for a long time, and I always wanted to do it, but I just never had the courage to do it. And I think since like I was a high schooler, it was always that idea of like, I'm so scared of someone finding my channel, and then like, oh, there's such a nerd, she's talking about books on the internet. And I was just, now that I'm like old at this point, I'm like, oh, like I have nothing to worry about really. Like, okay, if someone finds it, okay. But yeah, and I love to talk about books too, and so this is always something I wanted to do, so I'm glad that I actually get to start to do it. So another question is, what are you excited about this new channel? I'm just excited to actually be able to express my opinions based on these books, and like actually have a platform to talk about these books. Like I have, like there is like Goodreads and stuff like that, but I just want to say them. Like I want to just say what's on my mind instead of like typing it out. And meeting other people that enjoy the same kind of books I do, because in my life I don't really have people that enjoy the same kind of books. Like if I have people that read books in my life, they don't read the same kind of books as I am, so like it's just like I can't really talk to you about it. So that's what I'm excited about this new channel. It's just meeting new people and expressing my opinions and finding new books too, because I've been finding so many books, more books since I've been on this channel. Like I already started this channel and I'm like, oh my god, like I need to buy. Alright, so it says, why do you love reading? And I know it's gonna be a basic answer because it is a basic answer, but it is like, it takes you to a whole new world when it's like sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like that, and then when it's like contemporary or it's like based on a true story, it can tell you the culture of someone's life or something like that, like something that you never lived through, and you get to like experience it through a book and experience all their emotions and stuff like that. Like I love that, and I love that people make fandoms around books, just because then like you have a group of people that love the same thing as you do, and you guys get to share it with each other while reading about it. I don't know, that's always so cool to me. Another question on this tag is, what series got you into reading? Okay, so I used to like love like, you know, Junie Jones and stuff like that, and growing up, but the one that got me into like actually reading was Gilded Joyce. I don't know if anybody else have read this growing up, but I loved her. She was like, she solved mysteries and supernatural stuff, and wait. Do you see how this is written like on a typewriter font? Like some of it, she had like a typewriter and she like wrote her reports on like everything that she was doing for mystery and a typewriter font, and I loved it because I was like, oh my god, I want a typewriter. And I went out, my grandma got me a typewriter for Christmas, and I was so happy. And I had 2 typewriters. I don't have them anymore, but they're broken, but I'm so sad because my brother broke them. But I went out and I got a typewriter just because she got a typewriter. Like I loved her so much. There's other books in the series, but I was crazy in love with Gilded Joyce growing up, and this one got me into reading. Like I loved her, and it even made me since I got my typewriter, I was able to type things out because I didn't have a computer or a printer growing up, and so I would be able to type stuff out. So I started a neighborhood book club with my neighbors, and I would type out like what you had to write for the book report, and you would have, like at the top of it I would write like blah 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 book club, and then I would write like book read, and then you have to write like by the author, and then you have to do a summary of it. And I had all those out, I passed them out to other people. Like she made me a little innovative like leader, like, but you know, I loved her. She really changed my life. Oh, here, where is it? This one. Another question is, what would I ask my favorite booktubers? I don't think I have really anything to ask them, honestly. I feel like that's what I like about booktubers. They're pretty open about everything. Like, they say what's on their mind, and that's what I like about them. So that's why I don't really have anything to ask, because like you can look in their videos and they'll tell you what's up, but like I don't. And they constantly doing tags and stuff like that. Like, we know you, we know who you are. So I don't really have anything to ask. That's my thing. Another question is, what do you think is the biggest challenges that are going to be hard to overcome in this channel? I think one of the hardest ones are going to be probably starting the channel up and getting it moving and being consistent for me. Sometimes I'm not so consistent because I am a busy person with being like a full-time student and working. I'm trying to work full-time. Doesn't always work, but you know, I'm trying to work full-time. And I'm like in a bunch of clubs and stuff like that, but you know, I will try to be consistent. That might be the hardest for me, but other than that, I think it'll be a smooth road, you know. Another question would be, I don't know how many times I've said another question. I should stop saying that. But it is, when did you start reading? I started reading at like this age that everybody else starts reading at. Like when I was really little, my mom used to read me like Diary of a Worm and Chicka Chicka Boom Boom and stuff like that. Like they're all little, and I used to, like, my mom used to read me before bed. My one was Silly Sally. I had a speech impediment growing up, and my speech teacher gave my mom this book, and it was Silly Sally, and it's a bunch of like riddles basically, and it's all the same words, but I couldn't say my S, F's, and V's growing up, so she gave it to me, and I had to read it all the time to be okay, like to help with me saying like S's all the time. So it'd be like Silly Sally and all this stuff. That book actually helped me a lot, and I used to read that book constantly because I was forced to read that book constantly. But you know what, my speech impediment, it got better. So another question is, where do I read? I read in my bed mostly, but like I lay down when I read. I like lay down and like look up, but like my arms get tired, and then you go like side to side. It's not always comfortable, but I do go outside. I have a lot of trees in my yard, so I like put up my hammock. And I can read in that. But now that it's September time and I live in Wisconsin, it's cold. Like all the heat just left the door. Like it's not here anymore. It left the state a long time ago. So I can't really go outside and do it as much because it gets colder, but mostly my bed. Last question is, what kind of books do I read? I really like science fiction. I really like contemporary, and I like the thriller kind of mystery type of things, like Mara Dyer. Those are all my favorite ones. I like some fantasy, but I'm not really. I know it might be disappointing to some of y'all. Like, it's like I can't get into it. Like, if it's too extreme fantasy, I'm like, I don't understand half these words in this book. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry. I'm dumb. But like, there's nothing I can do about it. So I really like the science fiction and stuff like that. So that was the end of the tag. So hope you got to know me a little bit more and know what I'm about and what I like. That's all I got today. So I'm gonna end the video now. Peace.